An argument at a nightclub turns fatal for one man. The details coming up in the Bahamas Tonight, the weekend edition.
And coming up in sports, the countdown is on to the 2015 Boiled Fish Bowl. The Bahamas Tonight, the weekend edition, starts now.
Now in HD. ZNS Network presents The Bahamas Tonight. This portion of the news brought to you by BTC Everyday.
Good evening, everyone. I'm LaDon Davis, and welcome to the Bahamas Tonight, the weekend edition. Thanks for joining us. We begin tonight with news from the crime beat as police here in New Providence experienced quite a busy weekend, investigating 2 murders in a 6-hour span. This in addition to several arrests being made, but police are wasting no time in solving these crimes. Oscar Adderley has the details from today's police press conference at the Central Detective Unit's Thompson Boulevard headquarters.
Police need your help in locating 25-year-old Emmanuel Roll and 29-year-old LaShawn Bowe, both residents of Nassau Village. Authorities want to question the pair for the shooting death of a 21-year-old Defense Force Marine. Detectives are particularly interested in speaking with Roll as he is prominently featured in the club's surveillance footage recorded around the time of the incident. The Catherine Street resident is described by police as having dark brown skin, medium build, and ranges from 5 feet 5 inches to 5 feet 7 inches in height. Bowe of Matthew Street is described as dark brown, 6 feet 1, and a medium build. Authorities confirmed Sunday that a fight reportedly broke out in the G-Spot nightclub involving several men. 3 men left, threatening to return. Police say one of those men came back firing several shots which hit the deceased in his upper back and a man in his stomach and arm. A 3rd man was also punched in the mouth. The victim was pronounced dead at the scene. The other 2 men were transported to hospital, where the gunshot victim is in serious condition and the other is listed as stable. But head of the Central Detective Unit, Chief Superintendent Paul Roll, confirmed to ZNS News during a press conference Sunday afternoon that they already have someone in custody assisting them with this investigation.
Acting on intelligence, Superintendent Bonamy led a team of officers into Kim's Crescent area. This is off Blue Hill Road, where we took into custody an adult male who we wanted to speak to in relation to this latest homicide. This male was also found in possession of a large quantity of marijuana, and he was found along with several other males who were also taken into custody for questioning in regards to the drugs.
And just hours before that homicide, officers were alerted to a shooting on Enia Street off Poinciana Drive shortly before 7 Saturday night, where a 44-year-old Haitian man was found dead with a gunshot wound to the neck.
We are receiving information that sometime during the night, last night, there were some persons in this area here in Enia Street that were discharging firearms in this vicinity where the resident lives, and we believe that one of those bullets went through the wooden window and somehow struck the male, whom when EMS arrived on the scene, they pronounced him dead.
The victims' identities are expected to be officially released on Monday. Chief Superintendent Roll also confirmed that based on the investigation so far, neither of the victims were the suspects' intended targets. Investigations into all of these matters are ongoing. Again, police are asking anyone with information to please call 911, 919, Crime Stoppers at 328-TIPS, or your nearest police station. Oscar Adderley, ZNS Network News.
Police are also investigating 2 alleged sexual assault cases. Shortly before 5 o'clock Sunday morning, a woman was asleep in her St. Michael's Road residence when a man armed with an object forced his way inside and woke her up. The man then robbed the woman of cash and sexually assaulted her before fleeing on foot. And on Saturday afternoon, police received reports of a man forcing himself on a woman in the St. Anne's area and sexually assaulting her. Detectives also confirming the details of a robbery that happened around 9:30 this morning at Evangelistic Temple on Collins Avenue. Police confirmed that a woman was robbed of cash, a cell phone, and car identified as a 2003 Mercedes-Benz. However, authorities say the suspect wasn't armed. Officers retrieved the female's cell phone earlier today. Head of the Central Detective Unit, Chief Superintendent Paul Roll, revealed that a man is assisting them with their investigation.
Police have taken into custody an adult male of Kemp Road who was found in possession of the telephone, and we have teams of officers out now still looking for that vehicle.
Dredging of the Royal Bahamas Defense Force's Sandy Bottom project came to a halt last week for a reason you wouldn't believe. The Defense Force's Public Relations Department sent us pictures of a manatee that surfaced near the dredging area. Defense Force officials believe the aquatic mammal, also known as a sea cow, must have been thirsty as it drank more than 5 gallons of water. Senior officers realized that manatees feed on seagrass and possess a secret lust for iceberg lettuce. The team then used the lettuce to successfully lure the manatee to safer waters. The dredging resumed later in the day. It's been exactly 1 week since 2 fires began burning at the New Providence landfill, and Renew Bahamas officials confirmed that more than 65% of the 17 acres of the burned area have been covered, and they are now targeting the remaining areas of smoke. The company also warns that the volume of water being deposited over the smoldering fires will produce significant quantities of steam, but this operation is vital to reducing the temperature of the burned material and will benefit management operations in the medium and long term. Residents in the surrounding communities are further advised that the site will continue to smolder throughout the weekend. In other news, the Parliamentary Registration Department plans to introduce an e-registration system before the 2017 general elections. But as it stands now, Parliamentary Commissioner Sherlyn Hall says the Parliamentary Elections Act won't allow it, as amendments would have to be made. The act was last amended in 2011.
The act has been drafted mainly for these, what should I say, manual procedures. It says nothing but e-registration, electronic data, and that sort of thing. So those nomenclatures will have to be inserted into the act. And anything that you go new that is not there, you'll need an amendment.
The Bahamas Institute of Chartered Accountants held a seminar at the Police Conference Center last week to address issues affecting the sector, such as BICA's legislation and the future of the offshore banking industry. President Darnell Osborne claims the one-day initiative was a part of the organization's mandate to provide continuing education courses for its members. Meanwhile, Bahamas Financial Services Board CEO Aaliyah Allen outlined some key markets that's currently being targeted by that organization. She further encourages entrepreneurship in the sector as additional opportunities become available.
It's mandated by law that our accountants, all of our members, participate in a certain number of hours each year. So we have to, as an institute, allow a venue for the members to obtain those hours. And also, as nation builders, we also have to present topical issues in the nation at the time.
We've identified Latin America as a strategic priority in the same way that we've identified Asia. And I think that is a sound strategy, and I think one that's been borne out by jurisdiction after jurisdiction, not just the Bahamas.
And still to come, Kiwanians celebrate a significant milestone. The weekend edition continues right after this.